Hey, everybody. Listen, happy Monday. Happy President's Day. I hope y'all been having a good day so far. Today's Monday and we're back to our recap of the Real Housewives of Potomac. And tomorrow I will be doing Married to Medicine. I got to tell y'all, this Real Housewives of Potomac and Married to Medicine, I was bored. I was bored. I'm literally almost over these reality shows. They're giving us a bunch of nothing. The cutest thing I thought happened on the Real Housewives of Potomac was the fact that Grace graduated. I thought that was cute. Other than that, I was like, it wasn't nothing. They gave me a bunch of nothing. Gave me nothing at all. Wasn't even that serious. I was sitting back. Matter of fact, I was doing stuff. I was cleaning my house as I was watching. And I only watched again so I can make sure that I have all of the details together so we can chit-chat about it. But I promise you it's going to be a quick chit-chat. I ain't even going to drag this thing out because it was boring. So what happened? Before we get into that, let's talk about the streets for a minute. The streets with this Simon Gubadia, I hope I'm saying his name right, Porsha's husband. All I can say is woo, woo, woo. They say he might get deported. He got all kind of stuff going on. You know what? I'm waiting for the day that Bravo hires some real, not Ice Don't Play. Ice Don't Play, you right. You know what? I'm waiting for the day when Bravo has a show where they really hire some legit people with some legit wealth who is really doing the darn thing. But most of those people, they not beat to be on TV. Because they're not trying to have people come at their house and rob them and all kinds of other stuff. They got better things to do than to try to flaunt their wealth on TV. But I am waiting for that day. Because everybody we get so far, none of them seem to be legit. Yeah, 2024 is the year of truth. Yeah, well, Simon, he took a picture in his Versace robe with his cigar looking unbothered. Well, he's going to be unbothered until they knock on his door and they, you know what Bravo do, like they did Jen Shaw, have the feds looking for her while the cameras are rolling. I'm wishing Porsha all the best. I don't want to see this happen to her. But it's not looking good. Come on, Emmanuel, talking about Team Porsha Gubadia. You could be Team Porsha Gubadia, but if ICE is not on their team, they in trouble. If the FBI is not on their team, they in trouble. If the IRS is not on their team, they in trouble. But I'm holding tight to see how this thing pans out. And listen, Katt Williams' tour is called the Dark Matter Tour. It's called the Dark Matter Tour. But all I can say is good googly my. It's dark. That's the perfect name for it. Come on now, Nubian Mahogany. Ice, baby. You better talk about it. They don't play that. You know what? That tour is called the Dark Matter Tour. When you want to announce to the world, F your kids, F that in the N-word, and you talking about your son, it's a sad day in the neighborhood. Yes, it is. It's a very sad day in the neighborhood. When you are referring to your son and you talk about F them kids for a joke, I wonder how his younger brothers feel, the twins, knowing that their mom is talking about their older brother. She just confirmed what a vile mother she is. She sure did. Shameful. Shameful. But this is Real Housewives of Potomac recap night. Gordon and Mia. You know what? God bless Gordon for just hanging in there to help Mia get a singing on for the Real Housewives of Potomac. Because you could tell those two are estranged. So we met them in the penthouse. And where are they now? Back at the penthouse. You see what Florton gets you? And nothing was wrong with the penthouse. They should have just stayed there in the first place. But they used the company money, renovated floors, put hardwood floors down, was flexing All of that. So 365 days later, they right back in the penthouse. Nothing wrong with the penthouse. The penthouse is cute. But she wanted the flaunt for the Real Housewives of Potomac. And here she is, full circle, right back on the 15th floor at the penthouse. Okay? Yeah, the penthouse is nice. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But, you know, some people, they got to flex. They got to flex. So she talks to Ashley up there at the penthouse. Gordon wanted to know why, pretty much, I'm a paraphrase, why Karen called her a hoe. She's like, well, I don't know why Karen did that. She was just joking. No, girl, you don't want to mention that Karen knows about the man you running around town with. I feel sorry for G, and I don't feel sorry for him at the same time because he signed on the dotted line for this nonsense. She talks to Ashley. Ashley, you know, now I'm going to give Ashley a little grace because now I understand why she don't want to divorce Michael. She said when she was younger, she was on the side of the road. She was young. Her grandmother came, picked up from school. And what happened? All her stuff was on the side of the road. And so was her mother. Yeah, come on, Sebastian. Yeah, Ashley is traumatized. But see, I'm going to need her to get over her trauma. She went and bought this big house. It's 2 kids and her. She should have been on the condo right next to, in the penthouse right next to Mia or down below. You went and bought this big house and you bought it based upon his and your income. Where they do that at? If you were so traumatized about not being put out on the side of the road, you would have bought a house based on your income and your income alone. And I'm not talking about any monies that come in from Michael. People got to start thinking. So she talked to, you know, me about that. Nneka and Wendy had lunch. It was the most... that scene was hard to watch. So Nneka and Wendy have lunch. The tension, you could have cut it with a knife. You could have cut it with a knife. We're going to talk about it. No forgiveness whatsoever. It was a hot mess. And Nneka started to cry at the end. I'm going to move forward because y'all know how you'll get once I get to talk about Wendy. Y'all lose your mind. So I'm going to hold off as long as I can. But y'all know I'm probably going to end up saying what I got to say. Yeah, it's hard to have lunches with a narcissist. Good gosh. It was a mess. Chris and Candace, they showed the scene with them. You know, Candace got a mouth on her. She talked to Chris all kind of sideways. She cute, though. Cute as a button. Candace is a doll face. She's cute, but she got a mouth on her. And now because everything they did to Candace, to Chris last season, he could just do his YouTube. I didn't even know he had a YouTube. Yeah, Chris is holding on by a thread. I feel that way too, by a thread, and the thread is frayed. It's not even tight. It's frayed. So, but she got a mouth on her, and he's doing his content on YouTube. He's doing his cooking. And now ain't that funny? She cried for this man not to work so much. Now he don't barely work, and now she working a whole lot. It's a mess. It's a mess. You know, Giselle's daughter Grace graduated. I thought that was a cute scene. I loved it. I love that scene. Robin, Nneka, Mia, and who else was it? And Ashley. Was Ashley there? I know Robin, Nneka, and Mia was at the clothing store. I was bored. But, you know, Nneka told her how, you know, she tried to talk to Wendy and it didn't work. And Robin says, well, she doesn't want to make up with you. Mia says she see Karen for who she is. One minute Karen's her friend, the next minute Karen's not her friend. She said it is what it is. She said, I see her. Then they go on their flight to DR. It's 1 villa, 4 single rooms, and 4 doubles. Karen lost her natural mind when they told her she was going to have to share a room. She was like, excuse me, what? Where they do that at? I ain't sharing. Then she tried to get another room allegedly. Then she came back, said she was homeless. But I'm going to give it up to Ashley. Ashley said, you can have my room. I'll give it up to Ashley for that. And then somehow, some way, it was almost like Robin and Wendy were besties. Robin on the bus was like, "Oh, I'm gonna need you to get excited about this trip." Wendy lost her mind. Everybody was like, "Oh, what's that about?" Then later on, she came to Wendy's room to give Wendy the itinerary. I said, "Well, what's going on here? We're gonna talk about it." But listen, guys, y'all know what I need, right? I need a what? Amanda said Ashley is the nicest person on the show. Emmanuel, that's a lie. That's a lie. That's far-fetched. That's a lie. Ashley, she likes to throw rocks, and sometimes she hide her hand, and sometimes she don't. Sometimes she does the Steve Urkel. Like, did I do that? She started this whole Nneka and Wendy situation. And that's how it got blown out of control. You know what? I forgot, Emmanuel. That Kiana, what is that child name? She got to come to the DR. I said, who is she and why is she here? And she had a whole confessional. I didn't get that. I was like, what? But I guess they need somebody. So instead of Sharice being able to come, okay, thank you, Sebastian. I appreciate you. Instead of Sharice being able to come, this girl comes. I said, who is she? Why is she here? And she got a whole confessional. And this is the first time we really seen her like that. She gets to come to the DR. She pretty much in her own room. And she's participating in this situation. I'm just like, what? Hot mess. But listen, guys, I need a what in the chat. I need a choo-choo. Kiana, thank you. Thank you, Iman. I appreciate that. Kiana. Yeah, I got a girlfriend named Kiana. Yeah, Kiana, why is she here? Anyway, thank you, y'all. Choo-choo. Let me bring the people on in the building. Hey, Katrina.
Hello, love. How are y'all doing this evening?
Hey, Sebastian.
Hey.
Hey, E.
Choo-choo.
What, choo-choo. Listen, guys, for the first time in a long time, we got room on the train if you want to pop on through. This is going to be a quick train ride because I ain't trying to spend a lot of time on these girls in Potomac when they bored me.
Waste your 1 hour.
Child, that part right there. I told you I was cleaning and whatnot, folding clothes and doing all that. I was doing all that while I was watching it because I was bored. But there were some cute moments, but for the most part, I was bored. So I'm throwing all this. Sebastian. That's a cute picture, though. But you know who she looks like there? Tyra Banks a little bit. A young Tyra Banks.
Yes.
She looks like a young Tyra Banks there. But I'm throwing all the scenes in the bucket. All the scenes in the bucket. We ain't even doing scene by scene.
Tyra Banks who?
I plucked all the scenes in the bucket. Because this thing was a mess. Now that looks more like her. So that thing, it was a mess. And Jamal Bryant, I guess, shout out to Jamal Bryant being the daddy and popping up at the graduation. He always got a speech. Thank you for being a good sister, big sister to your little sisters. We need you to be a daddy. And stop plucking that thing everywhere and everybody and pass it to church. Katrina, what did you think about the show last night?
I was bored as usual. Because they doing the same catch and fetch.
Yes.
The same thing. It's from one person to another. This person don't like that person. Now Wendy friend, Gizelle says she know that friend and they good together and all that. And Neka and Wendy is getting on my nerve because I'm sick of this spectacle they got going on. Neither one of them is compromising. And I understand Wendy part. I get that too. But it's tiring.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're tired of seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
We want to see something that's fun, that's take us out of the reality that we're living in. So that's why we watching them. But we might well watch our own lives because their lives ain't no better than ours. Ashley and Michael, she's not gonna leave that man because that man got money. And the reason why I think that Ashley was suing for that $2 million, well, had Michael suing for that $2 million to pay for that house. So she can have the house if he would have got that 2 million from Candace, because the house was the same amount of the money that they were
You better
suing.
talk. I didn't even catch that. You better talk.
Just coincidental. The house note is the same amount of money that he was suing Candace for. So I
That
guess he was gonna say, well, look, she did this, but you bought my house. You bought my house. You see what I'm saying? So that
yes,
didn't work out. That didn't pan out. So she knows she gotta stay with that man, or else she gonna be under the bridge with Sheila. I don't know where Sheila at now, but she comes around every once in a while. But we still don't know where she's staying. Um,
for her no good man.
Girl, you know it. And then Karen, that's the same thing as we could say with Kelly. She didn't want to stay in a room with nobody. Y'all don't even be in these rooms that long. You just sleeping. Then you out the rest of the day. What difference do it make? But anyway, I guess when you bougie, you bougie. But yeah, that's basically it. It's just crazy. That's
Yeah,
all I got to say. I mean, because it's the same thing over and over. We're not getting nothing new.
we
Everything
not
that they're
getting
doing, we
nothing.
seeing it over and over again. Nothing is new. It's coming through.
Yeah. Well, what about what's her name? Kiana? Is her name Kiana?
Yeah, that's Wendy's friend.
Why is she here?
It don't look
I
like
don't
that.
know. I think she's there just to cause. I don't know, because Gizelle saying that's she's friends with her too, and you see that she was trying to make it an issue. Like the lady said she was sick, and Wendy didn't even check on her. See, Giselle is a big snake. She's the reason. I tell you what, if she wasn't on that show, I think these people would get along a lot much. I mean, a lot better. Cause she's the one that's really keeping the distance between these people, to keeping the separation between these people. Cause if I think that she wasn't there, I think it would be more better. And then when Mia saying that Karen is not a friend, you the one that's not a friend for asking this woman to much. You bringing back a rumor saying she's sleeping around. If you was a friend, you would never even said that on camera. So I get with Karen. I was if I was Karen, I'd feed you with a long handle spoon too, because Karen know exactly what you're doing while you trying to put her business out. You doing the same thing. If Karen doing it, because we don't know Karen doing it, but we know she's doing it because we seen the picture of her yesterday on the internet. But anyway, that's all I got, y'all.
I appreciate you. Thank you so
You
much.
welcome, love.
Sebastian, your thoughts?
This episode is very. It had its moments where it had the ups and downs. I like the way it first started. I'm very happy for Grace. I'm very happy that she's graduated. Now she's in college, and she's actually in the same dorm building as Dr. Heavenly's daughter, Alora, in the same college.
Uh,
So, oh, oh. So, obviously, this is very good. They're probably, all the fans are probably pulling up to FAMU and, having pictures. They want to take pictures with them. That is cool. Just don't invade their privacy. Only thing. Um, Kiana, she was brought to the Dominican Republic because she's a friend of to the show. So they just brought her. Remember, they brought what's her name, Katie, to Bermuda when she
that's
was
that's different. That's different because Katie was initially a full-time member. So
okay.
saying, where was Sharice?
Well, Charisse is not really that relevant. The only thing Charisse knows is champagne. So Kiana was here. Kiana got sick, and I'm glad Giselle pointed that out. That this is supposed to come. This girl is supposed to be Wendy's friend. Yet Wendy has not even checked on her or anything. Kiana is also Giselle's friend because Kiana's friends with Cal, who is Giselle's stylist, who we've seen on the show multiple times. And it's very important when you have your friend and you're bringing them around a group of people, not just women, not just men, to not leave them by themselves. You have to be with them. You have to be with them because so they don't feel uncomfortable. We saw that on Atlanta. Remember how Kenya said, "Give me a table with my friend Akila," about the auction thing? She was like, "No, give me a table. It doesn't make sense if I sit back to her. I want a table with her. I don't mind not sitting with you ladies." That is a fact. You have to hold your friends. You have to take care of them no matter where they are, especially when they're not that comfortable with anyone yet. That is a very very wrong thing of Wendy, what she did.
Kiana says she had a whole rescue kit on the bus for the girls, so she was comfortable.
Okay, I also want to say this. Wendy is a mean girl, and we're gonna get into that later.
No, we do all the scenes in here together. You might
Oh,
say,
okay.
get it.
Wendy is a mean girl. There is no difference between Wendy, Giselle, and Robin. They're all the same. Okay, they're all the same. And notice how Wendy was all lovey-lovey with Robin on this episode. It was like as if nothing happened. It was like as if no rumors about your husband cheating with some Instagram booty models happened, where they were spreading them. It was as if it was nothing happened. Everything just went away. It just swept under the rug. Oh, uh-uh. Wendy's a narcissist. That sit down with Nneka, she gaslit Nneka on that scene. I saw it. I can tell someone who's gaslighting and manipulative. Wendy did that. She made you think that what you're doing is so wrong. What you're doing is so wrong. The girl's apologizing. You telling her how to apologize. You telling her how to feel. Like, what the hell is this? Is this how she does to her students too? I would
You,
never want to take her class.
that that mean it got nowhere. And then then Nneka was crying in the end. Nneka was crying in the end.
Nneka literally said, "I'm sorry I called your mother a witch. I'm sorry I called you a bi, and but I cannot take the fact that your mother called my cousin-in-law and threatened me. I cannot remove that." And that's right. That is a legitimate thing to say. Why is it that whenever she gets to that point is when Wendy starts throwing a fuss? It's always when she says that. Wendy starts throwing a fuss, starts doing a whole bunch of things.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Emmanuel, you're up.
Um. Well, the beginning, I'm not mad at Ashley. She knows what she's doing. I told you guys since last season that Ashley is not dumb, and she is always gonna be okay. It was sad that she was getting sad about the idea of her being on the side of the road, but that's never gonna happen to her. Michael's not gonna let that happen. I know she's always gonna be okay. She has a beautiful house in Virginia, and she's fine. She's gonna be okay. Well, before I get to the part I want to talk about, okay, I love Karen, and I too wouldn't have shared a room with anyone. I don't like to share rooms or bathrooms. That's the one thing I don't like. But to be fair, Giselle and Robin have had to share a lot. So
Yes,
uh,
they have.
they have. So we can't take that away from them. So I'm glad that they got the nice bedrooms. Okay, so Wendy. After tonight, I'm officially done with Wendy Osefo. She's mean, belligerent, rude, impolite, and ill mannered. Here we have this beautiful Nigerian princess who has stepped down her throne 3 times to apologize to Wendy. She apologized in Surrey County, she apologized in the Happy Eddie event, she apologized in this lunch. Wendy clearly didn't come with an open mind. She came for nothing. She really didn't come to hear what Nneka had to say. And I thought it was a reach for Wendy to try and spin this and say that Nneka has affected her kids. Don't bring your kids into this, Wendy. You're trying to score sympathy points and it's not working. I don't want to talk about this Nigerian Osu witchcraft thing ever again. But Wendy is making it seem like Nneka brought this up, but we have listened to this Osu story since like season 5, so Nneka didn't bring this up. And here's my question to Wendy: since you want to talk about how detrimental these trigger words are in the Nigerian community and Nneka should know better, then why would your mom use the word shrine? If you know how bad these words are and they're dog whistles, why say I'm going to put her name in a shrine? So I would like to know the answer to that. I just can't stand the lying, the projecting, the deflection. And my heart broke seeing Nneka cry because this woman has tried. She has tried time and time again, and she really doesn't need to because she's friends with everyone. If it were a situation where she had no one in her corner and she was trying to get someone, I would understand that. But she's friends with Gizelle, she's friends with Robin, Karen, even Candace, Mia. She's okay with them. So she has degraded herself to try and apologize. And Wendy, this is the last thing I'm going to say. Everything she has hated Giselle about, she has become that now.
Woo!
Everything she's ever complained about, the mistreatment, the doing all that stuff, she is now the person doing it. So I guess you learned from the teacher and you became the villain. And you can no longer be the villain and the victim. As E says, pick a struggle.
Pick a struggle. Pick a struggle. And you know what? And I'm tired. If this whole reunion focuses on these two and their shrine and things like this, I'm not going to be able to do it. And I hope this reunion is not 3 parts, because there's not going to be a need for it to be 3 parts. It's just total insanity, and I'm totally over it. I had enough. There's no resolution. There's no apologies. Wendy, I think she came there. It was almost like she had to, but she came there with her head in the air. She really did, and it's the longest storyline ever. Over it.
Production forced her. I feel like production forced her because she looked
That's
like she
what
wasn't.
I'm gonna do.
She looked like she wasn't even in it. She looked like she was up and out. You saw how up and out she was. She was like she wasn't even ready. She was not
Right.
going to do nothing.
Right. And she was like, I'll take water. Like, it was just messy. Hey, Tay Tay. It was just messy from the door. It was just messy from the door. And we're still not talking about Juan and Robin. Cancel the show. Listen, it's a wrap now. They're giving us nothing. And I
Oh,
don't
mhm.
understand why they talk about shaking up every show, but they don't want to talk about shaking that show up.
Yep.
1 second, I'm gonna come back to you, Manuel. Thank you so much for the super chat. Hey everyone, I love Wendy. Nneka never should have not said what she said, period. You can't mess with people and tell them how mad to get. You know what? Of course you can, right? But my thing is, don't invite me to your happy Eddie party. Let's be consistent. Don't invite me. Don't invite me when you need me to fill up the room, but then tell me you ain't ready to deal with me or talk to me. Yeah, and she sure did. Wendy comes out of her face with a lot of stuff, and then to call her a crackhead. But we're gonna just roll that over. We just letting that go over our heads, like she never said these crazy things. She says the wildest stuff out of her mouth, and it's okay. Go ahead, Emmanuel. What was you gonna add?
I was gonna say, I think Sebastian kind of talked about this already. So Kriana supposedly came on this show as Wendy and Candace's friend, but I thought it was really horrible seeing the way Wendy talked to her when she was telling her to go back to her room. And you see that Gizelle, as horrible as she is, she's really smart. You saw how she went into that room and checked up on her. And I'm telling you right now, this Kriana chick is gonna remember that. She's gonna remember that her two friends didn't come check up on her, but the main character of the show, Gizelle, did, and she's gonna want to be in that team.
Gizelle, listen, you got to get into it. She know how to work it.
Mm-hmm.
She know how to work it. So just before that, Robin was at the store with Mia and Nneka, right? And Nneka was telling her Robin how she tried to make up with Wendy, and it really didn't go so well. And Robin goes, "Cause she don't want to make up with you." But then we fast forward button in the DR, and Robin and Wendy seeming like besties almost. Yeah, Gizelle and Robin, they know how to work this thing. They working it. And the girls fall in the booby trap every single time. It's like, girls, when y'all gonna wake up? Yeah, Gizelle is very obvious, but you know what though? She as obvious as she is, they still fall into the booby trap. It's just ridiculous. It makes no sense. You're up. Katrina, did you want to say something?
Yeah, let me say this thing about Robin and Wendy. Robin and Wendy was friends until Wendy thought that Robin knew about what the thing that Ashley, remember they had went away with Candace and all that. They were friends before that. And when Wendy thought that Robin knew about that, and then Wendy came for Robin supposedly relationship, and Robin got mad with Wendy on that. Wendy did apologize to Robin, and Robin, they started back talking again, but then Gizelle got back in the mix and messed it up again. So the thing with Nneka and Wendy, when Nneka apologized, she apologized. Yes, Emmanuel, she apologized. But she said, I apologize if you think I call your mama the witch. She should have just said, I apologize for calling your mama a witch.
No, she
And let
did. She said, "I
you
apologize
know,
for
she said,
calling
if
her
you think,
the
she said, if
name
you
of
think
a
that I call
witch."
your mama a witch, I apologize. Go back and watch it, cause I have it on Peacock. When I'm telling you, when she said, if you think I call your mama a witch, I apologize.
No, she didn't say
No,
if
I
you
thought
think.
she said I thought she said I apologize for calling your mom a witch and calling you the B word. I thought
Yeah.
that's how
I
she
could have
said
swore
it.
she. Hold on. Look, okay. All right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
No, just
But
check. But I thought that's the way she said
I
it.
thought she had said, if you think I call your mama a witch, I apologize. But I go back and like I said, if I'm wrong about something, I'm wrong about it. I can admit to it. But
Yeah.
that's what I thought. But like I said, the thing with Robin and Wendy, they was actually friends until that mess with that Giselle and Ashley was going around saying, because really truly Robin never said anything about that. It was them two, but Wendy thought she did because her and Giselle was is supposed to be close friends. But either way it goes, their storyline is too long. They need to get over. I ain't gonna say how long to tell somebody to get over something, but they boring us. They really boring us with the same stuff every week. They're not solving nothing. Nothing been solved. Nothing. But either way, go ahead, E.
Well, um, what a greeting indeed. It's almost time for the reunion, and I have not seen anybody worthy to come back for season 9. This show is full of lazy producers
Mhm.
and lazy cast members. And I want to know how a show with 8, because the format is 6 housewives. I want to know how a show with 8 official housewives in the opening credits. We have Karen, Gizelle, Ashley, Candace, Mia, uh, Nneka, and Wendy. And plus, we have not one, not two, not three, but 4 friends of the show this season: Kiana, Sharice, Deborah, and LeBay. And then we have 5 husbands and 3 halves of one: Ray, Eddie, Chris, Akana, Gordon, and then on the clearance rack, we got Michael Darby, Jamal Bryan, and Juwan Dixon, right? Okay, and then we
Not the clearance rack.
we round off the bottom with the moms of the show: Susan, Dorothy, Sheila, Gladys, Veronica, and then the MVP of all MVPs, Giselle's dad. All in all, that's 25 people. 25. And I want to know where in the United States 25 people could all be a part of an ensemble cast. And then I still spend 40 minutes out of the 55 minutes being more entertained by my daughter in the next room watching Shira and the Princesses of Power in the next room. Oh, please. You want to talk about the best time to separate loads of clothes to wash and the most exciting time to load up the dishwasher? This was it. I'm not giving 23 black folks, plus Robin and her mama, any passes when it comes to entertainment for 55 minutes. I will not. And the only scene I was remotely interested in, and has been so drawn out and underwhelming, was the scene with Nneka and Wendy. Wendy showed up dressed like Cher Horowitz from Clueless and her Rap-A-Lot glasses by Lil Kim from the Crush on You video. Wendy thought she ate that. But in actuality, she looked like Miss Healy from the Help, because it's not about the clothes you wear. It's about the things you do and the way you carry yourself and the dark heart you try to mask with your Chanel and Givenchy. Wendy immediately started with the gaslighting. How could you call my mom a witch? You know what that means in our culture. But you came on the show 3 years ago saying you were exiled from the culture. Your lineage was deemed as bad luck and worshippers of Osu. And now all of a sudden, Wendy is sitting here across the table like her family is the closest thing to Michelle and Barack Obama in Nigeria. Please, your family's reputation is trash in Nigeria. And that's according to you, not according to Nneka. Don't tell me your reputation is trash, then stoop to play on my empathy like you're suffering from emotional distress. Do you get what I'm saying?
Oh, 100%. I'm with you all the way, 10 toes down.
Last thing, say what you want about Aneka, but she apologized. She came to the table ready to grovel to a certain degree. She acknowledged that she called you a bitch and she apologized. She apologized for being abrasive and was still trying to meet in the middle. Yet Wendy never took accountability for the crack allegations. And then Wendy stormed out like she was proving a point, but you didn't do anything but make yourself look even worse. How do you come to a meeting where this is supposed to be about moving forward? The person apologized to you, and then you still get mad and walk out. What you still mad about, Wendy? Nothing. Nothing at all. Wendy wants to be in the position of Gizelle and Robin. Wendy wants someone to grovel at her feet. I think she gets high off of it. I think it's an ego booster. She needs someone under her thumb who's saying, you know what, I want to be your friend. Please let me be your friend, because she's not getting the friendship she wants from Gizelle and Robin. And how do we know? She's still dying to be a part of Robin and Giselle's friend group. When Robin said, we're getting ready to have fun, what's the first thing Wendy did on that bus? Woo! I'm ready to have fun. You just got invited to the party. And the only reason Robin invited you is because she said she didn't want to exclude anybody from the group. Robin didn't want you there. Robin did not want your Nigerian ass there. So I still think Wendy is coming on, and she is completely delusional about where she stands in this group and how she appears from a third party perspective. And I really think these girls are lazy. Diva and I spoke this morning, and we talked about the show. And one thing I could not get over, and maybe it's coming up, I thought this should have happened already, the fight between Deborah and Kiana. It makes no sense for Kiana to have been embedded enough in the storylines to be invited on a cast trip. She hasn't done anything. And then to get a confessional for what? You haven't showed us anything. Yes, you went to dinner with Candace and Wendy. Yes, you went to the Mother's Day brunch. But what's so important about you that you need to be on the cast trip? That's only for friends of the show who are contributing to the storyline. Unless they have cut a whole bunch of scenes out, it made no sense for Kiana to be there. That was a wasted trip because it was a wasted episode. This was a filler episode. Throw the whole damn season away if this is all we got coming.
To trash it. And I don't know what they're going to really talk about at the reunion, because there's nothing to talk about. And if the whole thing is focused on Wendy and Nneka, I'm done. I'm going to tap out. I do not want 3 parts of them talking about the religion, the shrine, the witch, the this, the that, the other. I'm over it. It's enough is enough already. And you said that thing. And yes, it's confirmed. She did. She truly apologized. It was what it was with that particular scene and those two. It's just a hot mess, and I'm over it. And yes, she looked like she could have been in the Barbie movie. I mean, Wendy goes in and out with her fashion. One day it's a hit, the next day it's a miss. But she looked like she was totally ready to do a scene out of the Barbie Part 2 movie. Dadon, you're up?
I haven't watched this show in about 5 weeks, and the first episode is still carrying on. I mean, the first scene is still carrying on from 5 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I almost X'd out of Peacock. I was like, what is going on? Y'all still this same Nneka and Lebe, and what? Why? Karen is carrying the show on her back right now.
Yeah.
She's the only one that's giving people comedy, a breath of fresh air. Everybody else seem miserable. Candace is miserable in her relationship. She don't want to be home. Gizelle don't have a relationship. Robin's hiding Juan. Nneka can't get away from Wendy's storyline. Wendy can't get away from Nneka's storyline. Ashley's being a pro, and what's the other? What's her name? She's getting divorced from Gordon. Mia. Yeah. Mia's hiding her relationship from Gordon. They're separated. I don't think he's living in that
I
home.
don't think so either.
And to find out that they're 15 floors below Ashley's old apartment, it's like, oh wow, they moved to the same building. But this show is dragging, is lacking comedy. Potomac used to be a show of comedy, but I don't know what's happening now. Wendy needs to accept the apology and move on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the lady came, she apologized, and I rewatched it. She did apologize clearly, and Wendy said thank you. But just don't drag this on again. And Nneka was messy, but Wendy was messy too.
Yes,
both of them was messy. And Ashley is the one who started all of this stuff.
That part.
And nobody is holding Ashley accountable for it.
That part.
She started all of this. But she, like somebody said, Ashley throws a rock and hides her hand. Because she went back to Wendy and said something completely different than what Nneka said, and
Totally.
that she started the whole beef.
But she took back that beef. She told Wendy, I told you the wrong
Yeah,
thing.
after you threw it out in the atmosphere.
Right. But once the pebble hits the river,
Come on.
the wave is still going to flow.
Come on now.
She
And
picked the pebble back up.
That part.
she know what she was doing. She was being extremely messy. And like Nneka said, I do wish it could have been a Nigerian connection talking about Afro beats on this show. A show that in the past have had issues with so-called colorism, and you all could have been these beautiful chocolate women to stick together and show them that a different side. But it was so contentious. Just accept the apology and move on. Wendy wants everybody to apologize to her. She wants Gizelle to apologize. She wants Robin to apologize, but she doesn't. I mean, you have to apologize for your part too. You called this lady a whole crackhead, but you didn't apologize for that. I want to see some resolution. If there's no resolution to this by next episode or the episode after that, get rid of half the cast.
I agree with you. Let's start over. Let's shake this thing up. See, they're so confident that year after year they all gonna come back. They used to being mediocre and not performing. Yeah, come on now. You can't unring the bell. Yeah, Ashley put it out there. She threw it out there on the floor. You can't unring the bell. And she knew that. So she wanted to clear her name from being in the entire mess the whole season by saying, oops, I made a mistake. I misspoke, this and that. Girl, you misspoke on something very serious. And you know what you was doing. But like you said, Dawn, Ashley and now Candace and her husband, it's getting hard to watch now because Candace is fresh. The way she talked to her husband is all kind of sideways.
I want to say this one thing about Candace. I will say this: if Chris was a black man, we'd all know that Candace would never take him. I'm just gonna leave it like that.
Thank you for the super chat. At E, you forgot one. They should rename the show The Real Housewives, not a Potomac, because most of them are everywhere except Potomac. Well, that's a whole nother story in and of itself, ain't it?
Yes. And Emmanuel, I want to apologize. I was wrong. But about the apology part, and
Oh, you
even though
okay?
I know I try to be sweet. Even though she apologized, she still was sitting up there calling that lady, talking about you still sent my name to a screen. Okay, if you apologize, just leave it alone, and you could have went
Right.
better. You
But I
still could have
think
been
she
saying the
was
same
trying to,
thing.
right. What I think she was trying to say is, well, Dag, I apologize. Can you give me something?
Yeah, because she kept saying
Say
but your
something.
mom still sent
You
my
call
name
me
to a
a crackhead.
screen.
So you want to know the ironic part? So Wendy is trying to act like they have her and the family have no part in this. But when she was talking to her mother said, I did call Lebe. And her mother said, I told her, you got to be careful. You need to make sure you need friends or something like that. What would be the need to say that?
She said it's really easy to make enemies.
That
And it's like, well, why you even bring the possibility that Nneka could be a possible enemy?
Yeah, she said it's you need friends more than it is to make an enemy. You need more friends than enemies being around. That's what she was saying. But
who makes that phone call though?
she said she called Libby or whoever Libby them is.
No, she called
The
Lebe.
people we don't even see. It's all about people that's not even on the show. Is
But
what I'm
even
saying.
before that, hold on, Katrina, 1 minute. My point is that I lost my train of thought.
Your point is that she's being Mama Joy. She's involved in the storylines, and then Wendy is left holding the bag, and she won't apologize or acknowledge this was wrong.
That part. So my thing is, my mother is not going to randomly call somebody. She's not going to randomly call somebody and be like, oh, it's better to make friends. Where they do that at? So there was some mess.
Yes.
There was some mess going on that Wendy and her mom don't want to admit to. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Because that's a random, that's a weird conversation. Yeah, I called that bag. and
Mm-hmm.
told this, that, and the other. No, you called Lebe and you said what you said, and what you said is what you said.
Right.
I
And
think
if
if Wendy was completely honest and told Nneka that she heard that she was trying to use her name to get on the show, instead of beating around the bush, asking her if that was in fact true, then all of this would have been settled episode 3.
That part.
That part. That part.
I feel as if the mother did say that, but I don't think she actually meant what she said. I feel like she was probably annoyed. Her and Libby were probably going back and back, and then she probably just
nah,
said,
but you can't say that stuff.
Listen, you know what, Manuel, I love you, but you be playing games,
"No,
okay?
that was me. That was Sebastian who said that."
Okay, so see, here's the thing. So nobody stands 721 saying her mom was calling Lebe because Wendy's sister and Lebe had issues. But she also said, listen, so first they didn't know Lebe, then they did know Lebe, then I wasn't that close to Lebe, then Lebe was close to my sister, not me. I mean, it was this ping pong back and forth, right? And at the end of the day, are we really going to know what was said, what wasn't said, and the whole 9 yards? We're not. But I'm going to say this, there was some mess said. There was some mess said. And so my thing is, hit that nail on the head. Do that thing right up. Don't be trying to act like, oh, I didn't know. No, my mother didn't, this, that, and the other. Y'all started some mess.
And what I think made Wendy clamp up even more before she walked out got up from the table, because I'm remembering the scene. Nneka told Wendy, Lebe has already corroborated my story. And I think Wendy may have been taken aback by that Lebe was filming for and with Nneka. So Wendy was already on the defense, even though she got the apology she's been wanting for, talking about its steps to this. You got the steps. The girl is still trying to meet you halfway, but Wendy is so self-conscious and she knows she looked bad. She can't pull her head from between her legs and say, you know what, okay, well, let's let bygones be bygones. If I said anything to offend you, I apologize. She can't do that because she's too stubborn to admit that she's wrong, and she knows that she's going to look bad. And she didn't know at that time what Lebe said on film, which we saw at Nneka's housewarming, that would contradict Wendy's story.
But then Wendy said, look, we can coexist. I mean, because everybody ain't going to be friends. She said, she walked out, we can coexist, right?
She said we can coexist.
Yeah.
But when the woman sat across from you and said, I apologize to you. Now, can you apologize to me for saying I did crack in LA? Where was that? That's not where you insert that line, we can coexist. What should have been inserted is, I apologize too. We both said some things that we probably should not have, but I'm willing to coexist and let's start anew right here. That's how you resolve that.
Well, it takes a mature person to apologize, so it wasn't a surprise that she didn't apologize. Right. But can I say something, Diva, about Candace? Because I actually had a little bit of a different perspective. I don't like the way Chris spoke to her. I don't like he was very aggressive. He was being very cocky and sarcastic, and he was like, let me finish. And even when she tried to fix his beer like a loving wife, he kind of smacked her hand away from him. And in the fact that this woman just told you that her IVF, she put a little pause on that because she found something in her breast, and you kind of just want her to get over it. No, sir, that was not very loving of you. I did not like that at all.
Oh, I thought he was pulling her Joker card, because if the paper said it's benign or whatever it is, and there's nothing going on here, I felt like she was making excuses for wanting to get from his mind. And if she wanted to get the thing removed, then do that. But she was on one and she was extra, and he was annoyed with her, and I see why.
No, but she said the reason it got me so frantic was because of my family members who have had it, And then another thing, I just remembered, Kiana, that's the chick that gets into that bra in the finale. Remember that?
Yes.
That's the finale.
Remember when they got in a fight in the club and they were on the floor and they
but the cameras weren't rolling for that.
Nope.
And if that's supposed to happen at the finale, where is the buildup coming in? Because uh, so, Kiana must have done something standout worthy to get invited to this cast trip. So what is? I feel like they left some things out, and maybe they're
I
saving it for later.
agree. E. I think that this lady was filming the entire season, and she was pretty boring. And they didn't bring her back until they got closer to the end of the season,
Okay,
to set her up for this argument with Mia and Mia's friends.
Right.
Got you.
okay.
Because
And
I
Christian,
was something was
I'm
missing,
sorry.
right? Something was missing. Wait, let me just throw this in real quick. Let me say this. Now, what I don't like about Nneka is, right, you want resolution, you want peace, but then you're at DR and Wendy's doing this toast, and then you say something sideways about her. But that's not the first time Nneka did that. When they was in the other trip or wherever they was, and for Karen's birthday, and they did the drag queen stuff, she said something sideways about Wendy there too. So
Two thumbs down.
huh?
She
Yeah,
gave her 2 thumbs down.
she gave her 2 thumbs down. So my thing is, if you want peace, you got to be peaceful. So you can't keep throwing in side digs, but then wondering when it comes time for y'all to get to the table. Not that even Wendy said that, but what you put out there is what you get back. So now you sitting at the apology table, you're mad because you're feeling like you're looking stupid on film, and you wanted them to de-mic you because you knew you was about to cry about the whole situation, and she was kind of embarrassed in the restaurant because Wendy was getting loud. But then here she is, it's a toast. Everybody's getting along. Wendy makes a toast, and then you do a side dig.
Because it's fake and phony. Wendy's toast is fake and phony. I don't know how
It,
Wendy's
it,
able.
it might have been fake and phony, but you can't want what you're not given.
I don't know how Wendy's
Thank
able to
you.
forgive Robin this way, comparing to what Robin has done to Wendy and said about her marriage and all those things. It's
But
very
Robin
weird to
never
me.
said it though.
She
No,
was
Robin never said it.
she colluded with Tracy.
Giselle was talking about it, and Giselle got Robin never came to Wendy with that. Robin came to Wendy off screen. Remember,
She pulled out
Her
her
and Robin
camera.
talked about it before. They talked about it
Come on,
off
Sebastian. No,
camera.
hold on, Katrina. Robin has been messy to Wendy
Oh
too.
yeah, she messed it too now. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying, she came, but her and Wendy talked about that off screen because remember when it came to the
Talk about
reunion,
what
she said
also.
about that Happy Eddie was messing around with the Instagram models. That's why Wendy got her body done or whatsoever. But what I'm saying is, Robin didn't say that. Giselle was the one that brought it on camera. It wasn't Robin. It was Giselle, and she set Ashley up there to go do it.
So if Giselle brought it on camera, why did Wendy throw shade at Robin then?
Thank you.
Because
When
they're
when
friends. No, Robin said, "What's going on?" And she said, "Well, ask your friend what's going on." And then that one, go back when they was drinking that whiskey at that house. Remember that night?
I
They was all
remember.
drinking that whiskey, and Robin was drunk as I don't know what. But and Ashley and Wendy went outside, and Ashley told Wendy that after she had just had her baby. And she went outside and told Wendy that Giselle was thinking that she was having that procedure because of the article in the whatever the all about the tea or whatever they was listening to. And then that's when Wendy came back in and went up on Giselle. And then Robin asked, "What's going on? What you talking about?" And then she said, "If you want to know, you ask your friend." And then that's when she told Robin that you don't even have a real relationship to worry about.
correct, that's
Remember?
what I'm
Right, but that
referring to.
speaks bad on Wendy because why would she
Yeah.
just throw Robin like that? Robin's was like, "What are you talking about?" So for Wendy to be like, "You don't have a man," why
That's
would
my
she be
point. Yeah.
so? Yeah,
Because she
yeah,
thought that because she said ask your friend, and then that's when Robin had said something back. Remember,
Yeah, Wendy
go
was
back
in
and
the
she
wrong.
said something back to
yeah. She
Wendy, and
was.
that's when they went into it. And then
Yeah,
that's what I'm
we
saying, and that's when they fell out because she was saying that because Wendy went off on talking about talking about Robin relationship,
no,
and she
we
said
got
that she
it,
was
but you
yeah.
didn't help Wendy's point. Wendy was wrong. That's we all saying the same thing. We got it.
Wendy
That's
was
Oh my
not wrong.
gosh.
I don't care what you say.
no,
Wendy was not
that's
wrong.
pretty much she. But well, if you
I
what you're
can't.
saying is true, Katrina, then yeah, she's dead wrong, right? Why would you come so hard at Robin if Robin had nothing to do with it?
Because Robin had already told Wendy this off screen. They had already talked about it before. And so that's why Wendy thought that Robin was involved with it too. Wendy and Robin already talked about it. They talked about it off screen.
Well,
Go back and watch.
I don't, I don't
Go back
remember
and watch.
the
They talked.
exact.
That's
To
why
be
I guess she
honest with
thought that
you,
they was running and talking about it
wait,
because
hold on one
remember.
second, Katrina.
Yeah, go
To
ahead,
be
y'all.
honest with you, I don't remember that far back the exact details. I would have to go back to that episode. Thank you for the super chat. Remember that Robin asked Gizelle, "Are we mad at Wendy now?" Child, listen. First of all, you know those two are like Batman and Robin, freaking frack. Okay, they two peas in the pod, and whatever Gizelle says goes. Okay, I believe personally that Gizelle has saved Robin jobs since the moment Robin and Gizelle was on the show, because people have been calling just like they've been calling for Candy. People have been calling for Robin to get fired for years, and they really thought Robin was going to be out the door for the stunt she pulled last season. I was shocked, honestly, that they allowed Robin to come back, especially because Andy was pissy mad at her. And he still gives digs about it today, how she went behind a paywall to give all the business that she should have gave on the show. So I'm shocked that she came back. But I think that's why they pulled those beginning stunts of trying to hold her to the carpet, have an intervention with her. I think it was because they had to, because it was part of Robin coming back. Go ahead, Don, and then I'll come to you, E.
I think that, well, this is going to be controversial, but it leads into something that you just said. Gizelle is the only person that can save this show. If she can she has the ear of everybody, Team Gizelle. If she can bring the people who don't like her to the table and say, let's all get over this.
Yeah.
Let's move forward as a collective, do it on the show. Gizelle, own up to your stuff, apologize, and you be the first one to do it. She could actually save. I think everybody would instantly almost start to get along.
Yep. They will fall in line.
Yep.
They will fall in line. You are 100% correct. They will fall in line. They will fall in line. And I you know what? Gizelle, she's ruling the show. You are right, Tiffany. Gizelle, what she did to Chris, I think is despicable. And so when they no longer have this check, I think it's gonna burn all of them in the booty. They're gonna realize that the ship is sinking when they already drowned, because it's already sinking. But they're not gonna realize it until they drown.
The check is not
literally, I mean, they're going to drown, because it's nothing to this show now. It's absolutely nothing. They don't even give us any good moments. The whole thing between Nneka and Wendy, cringeworthy. And then it didn't help last night on Watch What Happens Live with Andy. They had a fellow Nigerian up there. She was at the bar, and she just said, she confirmed. She said, well, this whole thing was just despicable. And I'm paraphrasing. So but I think Andy caught a little feelings though, because she said it should have never been shown on TV.
Yep, yes, she did.
Didn't she say that, Emmanuel?
He was kind of speechless for a second.
He was speechless for a second, because I said it caught me off guard for a minute. I was like, oh shoot, because by the way, on Watch What Happens Live with Andy, the Grand Dame and Dr. Jackie was a snooze fest too. So Sunday was a snooze fest from the Real Housewives of Potomac to Married to Medicine and to Watch What Happens Live with Andy. It was all a snooze fest. Now, Married to Medicine has some better moments than Potomac, but overall, it was a snooze fest. And we'll talk about it more tomorrow. Dr. Jackie, I have met arrogant people in my life. Dr. Jackie has got to be one of the most arrogant, stuck-up people I've ever seen in my entire life. Her nose is so far up in the air. I don't know how she's breathing. She's arrogant as hell. And the only response she ever has to a question is, I'm an OBGYN.
Yep. Even when they were playing golf. Oh, I'm not good at golf because I'm an OBGYN. What does that even have to do with it?
I know surgeons. I know all these type of people. So no matter what the question is, oh, of course I'm a good wife because I'm an OBGYN. Of course, because I'm an OBGYN. Of course, because I'm an OBGYN. Last night she said, I don't know, I can't even remember what Andy's question was. Well, I'm an OBGYN. He even looked at her, he was like, okay. A mess. I think you was trying to say something.
Yes, I was going to say, when you brought up them not wanting Robin, I don't think they were going to have her back because you got too many, and Potomac is not bringing in over 1 million viewers each episode. If I'm not mistaken, I think they're at the 500,000 mark, or at the most, I've seen them get up to 700 or 800. You don't have the budget for all these housewives and these friends of. I mean, this is a sinking ship. You barely want to pay the girls in Atlanta. So, really, I think they should just do a whole reboot. We need new girls and new storylines because this doesn't work. This is just too boring.
It is. They're going to lose out. The fear that Ashley has, she's going to be on the side of the road with her packages and her kids. They're going to lose their check.
Diva, don't say that, Diva.
I'm just trying to tell you, they about to lose their check. Yeah. Let me see, Diva. But really, you and I, and any other RN could do an accelerated 2-year program to become an MP that specializes in OB. She needs to humble herself. Seriously. She's out of control. I don't. She's too arrogant. Nose up in the air. And I know we're gonna talk about tomorrow when Sweet Tea came to apologize to her. I wanted to slap Dr. Jackie. And
I would have pushed her off the boat.
Oh, me and you both, Emmanuel. And the thing is, was it when last night on Watch What Happened Live with Andy, why didn't he ask her about that whole situation and her apology? So Sweet Tea can't cry when she's apologizing to you, but you sat on that Instagram and you apologized with tears in your eyes. Snot booger trying to hold back the snot.
Was it tears or was it Visine?
I don't know what it was. She messy though. But Karen is a nice arrogant. Dr. Jackie has her nose in the air. Everybody's beneath her unless you're a fellow OBGYN or a doctor. Savannah, you're up.
Hey, panel. And I'm a little late, so I don't know which topic we're discussing, but I can just tell you I was bored out of my mind. I am so ready for this to be over and a new Real Housewives or something else comes on, because I was just Ashley with her concerns of being on the street with her babies. And is she finally divorced? I don't even know if she is. Is she?
No.
She's still not. That's what I thought, because I couldn't find anything.
I don't know about it in real time, but I do know on the show she said she's thinking about maybe the end of this year.
Okay, because I couldn't find anything either to see if she really did get divorced or not. But I was just bored out of my mind. Fake storylines. Robin, why are you here? Are we up to Robin yet?
We did everything all together.
Oh God! Well, that's how bad it was. That's how bad it was. Yeah, it was. I was just ready for it, the reunion time. And what is the point of them being in the Dominican Republic? I don't get it. Because she's not there. Robin says she's not there to reconcile any risk between the group or.
They were up there to see Curtis,
and I don't know who this. Oh.
She's so
bad. You are bad. You are a bad girl.
Messy. She messy.
That could be true. They cross pollination between shows. I mean, I just didn't get it. It was boring. I don't know why I'm wasting my time on these women. I enjoyed seeing Grace graduate. I think that was my only highlight. Besides that, I was just ready for them to be off the show.
Yeah, same here. Listen, all right, guys, I'm gonna do a quick round of questions and then we're gonna be out because they bored us. Katrina, do you think that Ashley is ever going to divorce Michael?
No, because she divorced Michael. Where she gonna get the money from? Cause child, the boy from what is it, the Southern Charms or whatsoever, he ain't got no money like Michael. She ain't going nowhere. She need that money. She ain't finna leave. And another thing, Diva, not to get off that subject, but I don't like how Giselle and them try to play in Cameron's face. Why would you do that? Tell me I nominated her as grand dame, not nominate somebody else. That was some bull crap. And for them to be standing out there clapping like that, that was just totally ridiculous and pathetic. But anyway, she's not leaving Michael.
They needed a scene. They needed a scene. But
But
see,
girl, that was just ridiculous.
the Grand Dame says she can be the Grand Dame of that strip of Potomac. Or she said that on Watch What Happens Live with Andy. That was just it. They needed something to do, and they did it, and it fell short. It fell short. Nobody even. It would have been a little bit funny or better if Charisse was there, and they did it. They named it Charisse, gave Charisse that title because Karen would have fell out. She would have passed out. But giving it to Nneka, it was like whatever. Sebastian, will Ashley ever leave Michael? Will they ever get a divorce?
Listen, Ashley, whatever decision she makes, she knows what she's doing for the benefit of herself and her children. So if she gets a divorce, kudos. If she doesn't get a divorce, kudos. Ashley Darby is smart. She knows exactly what she's doing, and let her be.
Oh, okay. All right. Savannah, is Ashley getting a divorce?
Well, no, Ashley is not going to divorce Michael anytime soon. I think her and Miss Sheila need Michael way too much. The only time I would classify Ashley as smart would be if she graduated from, what was that college that Candace said Mia graduated from? Whole university or something, or whatever college, because there's no difference what Mia's doing than what Ashley is doing. I don't. We all know GNA, ANG, GMA, whatever the name of their clothing line. It's not going to go anywhere. The website still looks the same. They have it decorated with the holidays. No new merch has come out. So we all know that that's not going to go anywhere. Sheree will have another fashion show before they have a full line together. So no, Ashley's not going anywhere. Sheila needs him too much.
Oh my God. Emmanuel, you're up.
Only time will tell. But like I said earlier, Ashley will be fine. If Potomac sinks, they can get her on Martha's Vineyard, Southern, anything. She'll be good in any show. She's got her TikTok. She'll make money, and she's pretty, so she can do whatever she wants.
I got you. E.
They're not getting a divorce because she wants the life insurance policy. I think she's gonna hang in there for a few more years. But I really do think that I can't remember who it was. I think it was my little brother Sebastian who said Ashley's gonna do what's best for her kids. Yeah, she's gonna do what it takes for them to have financial means, because she said they'll own houses in their own names by the time they turn 30, unlike Candace. But they have to make it to 31st. So you got to make sure you keep them off the counter, Ashley. Don't let them play unattended near the wives and all the hardcore covers in the kitchen, okay? Okay.
Roya, you being messy. We're calling Wendy to the carpet at the reunion. Her behavior this season was unacceptable. We are calling for Robin check and Ashley not leaving that man. Period. Thank you, Roya. I appreciate you. So listen, E, I'm gonna start with you. Is Candace disrespectful to her husband, Chris?
Oh, please, she's disrespectful to. Please, Ashley. I mean, not Ashley. Candace doesn't know the meaning of respect. She's disrespectful to everybody around her, herself, her husband, her mom, everybody. Bye, Candace.
Emmanuel, Mia, and G. What are your thoughts?
Oh, Mia and G. I think they're gonna say what they agreed on. They're gonna be separate, but they're gonna be legally married.
Oh, you don't think they're ever going to get a divorce?
Nope.
Mia's engaged to be married. She's posted it on her Instagram.
It might be a spiritual wedding, but I don't think it'll be legal.
All right.
Oh, okay. Savannah, how do you want to solve or think this Nneka and Wendy thing should get resolved?
Can I first answer on Mia and G and because I don't Mia is okay. G's the one that's not going to go anywhere. G's going to stay right there and accept whatever behavior Mia offers and gives him. He's not going anywhere. So but with Nneka and Wendy, I'm sick of them too. I'm sick of both of them. I am disgusted that they allowed that their culture, their beliefs, whether it be their religious beliefs or their love for their heritage, and I'm tired of it being played out on the show. Um, I didn't understand what their argument was when they went out attempted to meet up for lunch. I'm glad that she accepted the invitation, but she came in defensive and confrontational to begin with. Wendy did. So what was the purpose of showing up? I don't get it. I think Wendy's feeling herself right now, because this is the second time that Nneka has offered some sort of apology, and Wendy's pushing it back in her face. So I can't support Wendy on this.
I appreciate you. Sebastian, do you think this clothing line between Ashley and Gizelle stands a chance?
No, no. I love Ashley, but she could have made this whole clothing line all by herself. It would have been way better than having it being done with Giselle. Because Ashley actually does yoga.
She does. She does exercise. She does things. But you know what's interesting, Sebastian? You said your girl is so smart, but yet she wasn't smart enough not to partner up with Gizelle with this clothing line. Well, I'm just using your words now, Sebastian.
The smartest
I'm just saying you say she's so smart,
the
but
smartest
yet
people have their days. The smartest people have their days. Okay?
So she's so smart. Have you seen that website?
The smartest people have their days, and maybe the days when she decides to partner with Gizelle, and the days when they decide to customize that website, she probably was going through something. Maybe she had an issue with Michael that day, and she was probably nervous about everything. Like, come on, we can't be doing Ashley like that. She's the only one who be having everyone's back.
Okay, she's
going through something.
Ashley's doing herself like that, Sebastian. I just had to ask you a question because that's your boo. You said she was smart, and I just wanted to know what's up with her fashion line. But okay, you have spoken. All right. Katrina,
And Sebastian, you do know that GNA has been trademarked by another company, correct?
I am very much aware of that. As I said, Ashley has her days.
She has a day. She's smart, but they name a company, and then somebody else already owns the trademark, and you got Jazelle and Robin already going through trademark issues with Eminem. Now, how smart is that?
Then you signed a messed up prenup. Ain't no way I would have signed that prenup. You ain't too smart, girl.
Well, she actually loved him. That's why. Love makes you do unpredictable things.
I think we debunked your thing there, Sebastian, but we'll let you live in it. It's all good. No worries. So, Katrina, if you were Andy, okay, and Universal Studio, Truly Entertainment and all that, would you bring Robin back for yet again another season?
No. And I wouldn't bring back Gizelle either, unless they have a resolution that everybody can get along. We need to come together and figure this thing out, like the little church meeting she used to normally have at her house to bring everybody together. Because she talking about the ladies ain't having fun, ain't doing all of this. We need to settle this out. But she's not doing it with her situation. She was doing it with everybody else's situation, but she's not doing it with hers. So he need to get rid of both of them. Because like I said, I put it this way. Robin got some messed up ways, but Robin, you can sort of get along with Robin. Gizelle's a whole different character. They two of a kind now, don't get me wrong, but Robin has a little leeway other than Gizelle. If Gizelle ain't around, Robin a whole different person. So I think if they get rid of Gizelle, I think they'll have a better show. I'm just saying. That's just my opinion, but I'm just saying.
They definitely will have a show that they would get along. I will agree on that. But Yeah, I gotta agree on that. So wait, hold on 1 second. Let's see your girl. She was on Watch What Happens Live last night. Karen was. I'm not crazy about the outfit, but I like Karen. She's a grande dame, okay? She got her people there. She was on Watch What Happens Live with Andy. So listen, I'm gonna encourage everybody to go over there to Karen's Instagram and let her know that you are the grande dame. You're that girl. You're carrying the show on your back. And we hope that your back is feeling okay and you're not in pain. Because this season, give it up to the grande dame. Give it up to Karen. She's doing the darn thing. If it wasn't for her acting like she was homeless, didn't have a room, and everything else she tried to do this season, we wouldn't have had a good season. But anyway, guys, we'll see how this thing pans out. How many episodes do we have left? Because I really had enough.
3 more.
Oh,
Three.
gosh,
Oh,
3.
I was gonna help him. You said, look at
Oof.
Karen. Okay, Karen.
come on now, Cameron came there with the booty shorts, and then you had Dr. Jackie next to her, and that's a whole nother story that we'll talk about tomorrow. But anyway, guys, thanks for being here. I truly hold on. Who came through it? Who came through at the end? Okay, I truly appreciate y'all being here. Okay, this was the Real Housewives of Potomac. Okay, and tomorrow we will be doing Married to Medicine. Pray for your girl Monique the comedian, because she ain't right in the head. Pray for Eddie Griffin, because you want to come tell a joke and talk about Shannon Sharp. I mean, are you that desperate? Is it really that serious? But anyway, guys, chat with me and I'll chat back. Don't forget to hit the like button, and I'll see y'all in the next video. I'll see y'all tomorrow night for Married to Medicine. Bye, everybody.
Good night, y'all.
Yes.
Bye.
Good night, y'all.